Well, take two. It's a good job my phone rang because I hadn't pressed record. Welcome back, my gardening friends. This is the final part of the hashtag Potato Growing Challenge 2021 that Erica did from Erica's Little Welsh Garden. And what the idea of that was is you actually went to buy some potatoes out of the shop. Here in the UK, everything's discounted around Christmas time, and they were selling them for 12 pence a bag for 1.5 kilos. And so far, in the different potato growing mediums, fresh wood chips we got 0.230, 3-year-old wood chips we got 0.710, perennial weeds, those are the weeds that we don't like putting in the compost bin, we put them in a separate bin for 18 months, 0.850, and then we had manure stroke leaf mould rejects at 1.350. I've got a few more here to do now. I can add them to that, but already we've got our return, and they're only small potatoes, nice for Christmas Day. But hopefully when we do our Christmas potato reveal on Christmas Day, we'll have some nice potatoes from that. So the next one we'll be doing is the banana concentrate. This is directly into cocoa coir. Now, in the past other reveals it hasn't done very well, but there was 4 potatoes in that one, so we'll get cracking. I know you like to see a potato reveal, so I'll try and do it as quickly as I can without losing too many of the potatoes. That looks like the actual seed, and again there you can see the seed potato started to grow, and it's even growing little babies on it. I've seen more and more of that this year than I have ever done. I hope it ain't the compost that I'm using that's making everything go funny. Again, there's the seed potato, and there's some potatoes come off the seed potato on the second time. So that's just come off the chit. I can see me having potatoes growing all over the place. I hope everybody's been nice and safe out there. The weather hasn't been very kind. So I'm just going to have a little sift through that, but at the moment we've got that from 4 seed potatoes. I'll empty the barrow. So we did find a few more. As you can see, the wind is very strong and it's just started to rain a little bit, but that's the return from that one. So the banana concentrate is actually banana skins left in a tub, sealed tub, and the juices that flow out of them, the potassium and everything else out the banana skins, that's what we've put in that cocoa coir. As you know, cocoa coir doesn't hold any nutrients, so I've been experimenting with a few of my liquid plant foods to see how they do. We're next on to the manure runoff concentrate. Now this is manure that I put into my bin. It's sealed at the bottom, and I collect the juices out of that manure over a period of time. Lots of little ones, but we do like the small potatoes steamed. We don't get no more. Well, I will check, but it looks very much like that's all we got from that one. But hey ho, that's how things go. So we now move on to the nettle concentrate. That's your nettle steeped in water over a few weeks and months. So we'll see what we get from this one. Definitely got the seed potatoes there, but looks like oh, hang on, we've got one. Two. 3, 4. I've not had much luck with the cocoa koi, and it definitely looks the same again. So we've got falling over just 4 very small potatoes. Well, I did find 2 more, but I don't think me and Mrs. K will be fighting over these. Now, I replanted these. These are from the banana skins. Now, I collected banana skins in a big bin. I've gone back down to the small tubs, the ones that we normally grow things in, but I did have them in a wheelie bin. So those skins went into a container, and we replanted them into this container. So let's see if they managed to grow on. The actual seed potatoes hadn't done nothing. Oh, now considering they've been potted on, don't do that out. It's so you don't want the soil too dry in your potatoes, else the potatoes dry out and you don't get nothing from them. The little one there, it's gone green, so we won't count that one. But that was nice to just get a few more. Let's get all those weighed together and do the totals and see what we got from 1.5 kilos of shop bought potatoes. You might be able to see that it's 0.64 of a kilo, so not a great deal from the cocoa koi, even though I've added some of my liquid plant foods. So just done a quick weigh up, and we're looking at 3.78 kilos, so we've roughly just over doubled, and that was just with experimentation. And remember, I haven't added any materials to this that's cost me any money. All those potatoes cost me 12 pence, so I think we've done well, and I've found out a few more things about my homemade compost mixes. Mrs. K wants a parsnip, so she can have one. So the idea of this is just to keep this compost moist but not wet, because when we do get a good freeze, if we ever get one here in the UK, we can still get the parsnips out. So this is done. I'm going to see if there's one here. That will do nicely. So we'll get that off home, and we will enjoy that. We'll take you a quick December tour. The green manure is doing really well. I've got a funny feeling it's going to start going to seed, so we'll be doing a chop and drop on that. We're still getting some flowers on the peas, and still taking a few pods to nibble on. But as you see, the winds that we had here in the UK from one of the storms, or both storms actually, the first 2 named storms, knocked the peas about a bit. Lettuce is still looking okay. We'll take some of that today, hopefully. And some of the alliums there doing well, and the elephant garlic is just poking its head up. The wood chip paths are breaking down nicely with all this rain we've had, and I've just had a little look, and this is excellent material now. Sieve some of that, or just add it to the beds, but I'll probably sieve it through. But it's well worth having wood chip paths, and yeah, you can make good use of the what we get at the end of it. These are the potatoes we planted in the autumn, overwintered here, and we've still got lots to use. They'll stay in the ground until we want them. insulated, covered them with cardboard just to stop some of the water getting to them so they don't rot. The brassicas, the kale has been doing quite well. We've had to keep taking it off, but I think all the white fly have disappeared. Oh, there might be a little caterpillar issue there, but can't see anything at the moment, but I will check before I leave today. Moving on to the claret sprouting, looks nice and healthy. We're hoping to get a crop off that February, March and April. Looks like one of the nets is blew off here. The issue with you might wonder why I've got nets just to the top. That just stops the old pigeons flying in, landing on top of the your brassicas and stripping them bare. The Brussels sprouts, we've got two different varieties here. There's the one we snapped off the top, so that's how I store them. And looking how these are going, I might take the top out of those as well. I might leave that one a little bit longer, but we'll have enough for Christmas Day on our Christmas Day harvest. The asparagus, I think that's almost at its end now. Lovely colour, but we'll be cutting these down and adding some nice nutrients to the beds. The polytunnel is looking very, very empty, but we've got all our potatoes in there. Some of those are the Christmas potatoes, but ideal to be able to bring them inside, harvest them fresh. And we've still got some red peppers down there and some green ones here. They're not looking their best, but hopefully in the future when it's double skinned. And we've got windows and we've got doors. This will be ideal to overwinter some vegetables and grow maybe some salads on the new shelving that we'll be doing hopefully January, February and March before we get busy. Strawberries are looking nice. We've still got lots to do. Everything's saturated now. I'm supposed to be doing something with that plastic that we found that the cannabis growers dumped. This tree is staying, this tree is going, and one or either of these trees will be going. I just want to shorten it a bit so I can get more leaves in. So we've done all right so far, and we have 18 bags so far, and I think I'll probably end up getting about 22 this year because the trees have got bigger and the wind piled them all up against the fences. I emptied my 2 buckets of urine on the leaves. They were way up here and they've sunk dramatically over the last 3 or 4 days. Urine is an excellent activator for your compost, leaf moulds, etc. And this is the compost bin, and looking at it, it looks like this is oh no, we emptied that out on the bin, but no, it keeps dripping slowly, but there's some nice material drops into there. But I find that the compost bin runoff is a better activator than it is for growing. We'll see if we've got any rats in here. All is quiet. Keep adding to this as we get it, and I've made a little bit of a start on clearing some of the last year's flowers, trying to shake out the seed heads, etc., and getting rid of some of it that I know some of these wildflowers, their roots are awful, and they soon spread and as if by magic they poke their heads up elsewhere. So something that I don't want the seed flying about and going all over my other growing spaces. So we need to keep them under control. I've been trying to weed the beds. I'm not too fussed with these, but every time I come I try and do 1 or 2 beds at a time. I've tidied the Bocking 14 comfrey, tidied it up a little bit, tidied some of these tubs. These are all coming out, and I've got some more pallet collars coming, I believe, so I'm going to put some pallet collars tight to the fence. It'll give me more room here. So some more messing about, but obviously all that manure and everything that's got in there is broken down nicely. We'll transfer these to other areas, or we'll give them away. Got some of the giant cabbage that's self-seeded, need to get those sorted. This bed doesn't need weeding just yet, but I do like to tidy as I go, as he pulls a giant cabbage out. So much easier and efficient to do it that way. Get one of the giant cabbages put there. We've already taken one of the heads off this one, and there's the pups growing. They may go rotten. There's the one that I've going to let go to seed, so I've got to search through here and remove some of these, but I'll remove them when I need them, because we can have these as a snack. Oh, go on then, excuse me. Well, that's refreshing. Some of these, let's take that. We'll cut that open and I'll show you what that looks like. That's one of the pups. So we'll see if this is any good. I think I've reduced the whitefly population by about 20 by eating that. But previous years, these have been quite a nice addition to my lunchbox. Just get rid of that bad bit there. But there we have it. And that's will make a nice addition to my lunchbox. I'll probably cut it down and quarter it again, but we'll take that home with us today. Well worth leaving your cabbages that little bit longer to produce these. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.